Now, Tret's owner claims that one day he's out walking in the country when he hears strange noises coming from a dry, abandoned well. So he takes out his phone and records this video.
Ох, завел синяков в жуткое место. Такие руины. И вот, неспокойно, как бы вот еще солнце не зашло, а как-то мрачно, очень мрачно. Еще и в колодце что-то шипит. Может, ужик.
So, is this some strange creature caught on camera?
Coming up on the tunnel right now. I'm hearing the noises inside the tunnel and hello? 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 I don't want to hurt you. 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 I just...
Now, to be honest, this one is filmed on a complete potato cam, so I'm not going to give any analysis other than to say that it's a bit hard to believe that someone would hear this and then head inside alone to investigate. But as always, it's up to you. Mysterious creature caught on camera or internet hoax. You decide.
In 2007, in Fresno County, California, surveillance footage at the national park picked up two strange unidentified creatures walking along at night. The footage is said to be authentic and untampered with, and many cite it as one of the most substantial pieces of evidence in support of aliens visiting our planet. This is all things creepy. Let's begin. The creatures in question were caught on tape walking along a pathway in the park at night. By using the surroundings for scale, it's estimated that the largest one can be no more than 4 feet tall. One of the two appears to be much smaller, perhaps a juvenile. These creatures appear to resemble Native American carvings. Supposedly, these carvings are of creatures beyond our understanding that aim to join nature and humanity back together. Could this be evidence of some kind of alien race visiting our planet and walking amongst us? Maybe, maybe not. Since the initial sighting, a few others have cropped up. For instance, this one here. Now, whilst they share quite a superficial similarity, the movement of this creature is a lot different to that in the first footage. This one appears to have a more human-like gait. It walks in a more steady pace, whereas the other one appears clunky, almost like it's on stilts. So I believe this one would be a lot more possible to create using a human and possibly some visual illusions, and it's probably just someone walking along, wearing white trousers of course. The scale of this creature is a lot more applicable to a human being. The tree that can be seen shows that this creature would appear to be about the proportions of an adult human. So I believe this one to have been edited in post-production, or maybe some optical illusion used with white trousers and somehow disguising the upper half of the person. I have here another piece of footage, this one apparently from Poland, showing a nightcrawler. Now this one isn't CCTV footage, which is quite interesting. Someone is holding a handheld camera. Right off the bat, a few things don't add up here. Now, they're using a handheld camera, correct? And this is much later than the original sighting, so there really isn't much excuse for the poor quality. Now, initially, it was CCTV footage. Now, of course, CCTV footage is low quality because it's running all day long. They can't afford to have a fancy camera. It's just there to catch crimes and stuff going on. In this case, even a simple iPhone could get better quality than this. You could have a flash on it, something like that. Now perhaps the person didn't want to reveal their whereabouts, but it doesn't really add up. If this were the case, then surely they would just take footage from a further distance instead of coming this close where there's a greater risk. It just seems fake to me, and it was probably edited in post-production using the poor quality to mask any obvious signs. So as for the other pieces of footage, I don't have much faith in them. It's that original clip from 2007 that still baffles me, and it baffles a lot of other people too. I noticed Captain Disillusion made a debunking video. However, I feel like his explanation of just pants and editing out the top half of a person applies to that footage I showed you earlier of one of the later sightings. Experts have said that this footage doesn't appear to be tampered with, so for this to be the case, we would have to have people that are 4 feet tall, and even shorter for the shorter one, and even in that circumstance their legs would have to be extremely long, or they'd be having to wear something that makes it look like they have really long legs and no upper half, which seems pretty difficult to recreate under these circumstances. Now, I also mentioned stilts earlier. Is that a possibility? Now, the movement of these creatures does seem to be like someone on stilts, perhaps. I suppose it's possible if they somehow mask the upper body, but still quite unlikely. As far as I'm concerned, this is still relatively unexplained, and in my opinion, one of the best examples we have of possible alien life on Earth. Still, there are probably much more reasonable explanations that we just haven't figured out yet.
Just about 4:45, and take a look at this viral video from La Junta in southeastern Colorado. All right, Vivian Gomez wrote on Facebook that her security camera captured this on Sunday morning. There are people on Facebook who say it looks like Dobby from Harry Potter, or a ghost or an alien, or a kid in flip-flops and underwear. We think it looks like Lisa doing her Sunday morning dance. I don't know. Yeah? Lisa, were you in La Junta on Sunday?
I know she was out of town.
Give it away. The video has been seen by 11 million people.
That's going to be the new dance craze right there.
Peel your eyes back for this one. Published by Kisa Weba in January of 2022, this scary video has been trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. The video was shared with Kisa Weba by a subscriber who said he'd found the footage on Reddit. The original poster claimed to have crossed paths with this mud monster on the way home one day. The footage shows a creepy female mud-like creature sitting in the middle of a dirt road. The mysterious creature has long arms with a peculiar appendage where the hand should be. The hand features long, Gumby-like fingers that appear to contract as the cameraman walks toward her. The figure's back is also strangely indented. It looks as if parts of the figure are blurred out for discretion, but as the cameraman walks toward her, the other hand reaches over, revealing the same elongated fingers as the first. There also appears to be a trail several feet down the road, dragged by the figure, but it ends as if the creature dropped to the earth there from the middle of nowhere. What is this mud monster? And what exactly is she doing here? I guess we'll never know for sure. I have to admit that these are some pretty convincing special effects if this is fake, especially for 6 years ago. The lighting looks very good, the camera angles look staged, but then again, it is possible that they were shooting some sort of home movie when they accidentally came across this cave creature. Whoever filmed this doesn't seem to be coming forward, so we'll likely never know if it's real or fake. By an American tourist who was visiting Romania. He was just walking around a local zoo on his own, checking out the sights when he hears about a new attraction that is unlike any of the others. He is ushered into a dark farmhouse along with some other curious observers. Almost immediately, the tone of the video changes from skeptical to serious. It's hard to say exactly how, but something just feels wrong all of a sudden. You can hear the villagers talking among themselves, excitedly as they push past. Farm animals are making noises as the American makes his way deeper inside. This section is very dark now, and even though the Romanians are speaking in a different language, you can tell that people are sounding worried and concerned as they come closer and closer to the main attraction. Finally, the American tourist sees it for himself. Sitting across from them on a straw floor is what appears to be a white humanoid creature with black eyes and a wide gap for a mouth. It makes a series of tortured gurgling sounds and then charges towards its cage as the video quickly ends. It's hard to tell if this is a real creature or a man in a suit because the lighting is very dim. At the same time, Romania is a very rural country, and anything could be lurking in the woods. Maybe someone really did capture this thing and drag it back to society to be gawked at by paying crowds. If this thing is real, then the poor humanoid sounds like it's been severely mistreated and probably needs help. Number 9. This video was taken in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico sometime in 2015. The person filming had been hearing loud disturbances all around his house and grabbed a camera before running outside. He is trying to track the source of the movement. It sounds almost like a squeaky trampoline. Nervous birds are chattering loudly nearby. The cameraman zooms in on some of his backyard plants, but whatever is making the noise isn't hiding there. Suddenly, a series of loud bangs come from directly above. He swings the camera around and this is what he finds. What would you do in this situation? Maybe you'd scream, run for cover, or even grab a weapon. This cameraman stands frozen in place, however, too shocked to make a sound. Suddenly, the humanoid creature scrambles over the roof and makes a hasty escape. The person runs into the house and gets away. Both of them appear to be equally afraid of each other. If this long skinny creature is not CGI...
Ay, Christopher, ve nada más. Me estás re tonto. Sí, pues tú también. Fíjate, el baloncesto cómo se va a ver. Te toca. Ya, para que veas como un experto lo hace bien. Ay, ¿qué es eso? ¡Ay, qué es eso! ¡Ay, qué es eso! ¡Ay, ay, ay!
¿Quién era? Vamos a ver. Ven, ven. No te muevas.
Ya, güey.
¿Te quedas aquí? ¡El valor! ¡Allá no! ¿Qué, güey? Voy por él. ¡Ay, no mames, güey! ¡Ya viene! Voy por él. ¡Ay, no mames, güey! ¡Ya viene! Voy por él. ¡Ay, no mames, güey! ¡Ya viene!
Celebrando el cumpleaños número 342 del Don, ya son las 12, ya va a ser quinceañera otra vez. Ya vas a salir del cascarón. ¿Y ya invitaste a las ladies o qué? Ya invitaste a las ladies. No mames, espérense, güey. No vayan a voltear. No mames, espérate. No mames, no mames, no se vayan a parar, güey. No mames, no mames. No mames, espérense, güey. No vayan a voltear. No mames, espérate. No mames, no mames, no se vayan a parar, güey. No mames, no mames.
Cuidado.
¿Escuchas el video o no? ¿Escuchas el video o no? ¿Si el video no escucha?
Cuidado,
¿Qué pinche es ahí? ¿Cómo el pingo es? ¿Allá? ¿Allá? ¿Qué pico un gorro? Parece, mira, güey. Qué choto eso, güey.
¿Cómo le hago para Horizonte? No pasa nada. Qué ocupado quedó acá. Decepcionante, vale.
Ahí viene.
¿Vos entendés? Sí, entiendo, boludo. Sí, mi hermana tiene, boludo.
Esta es la chacra de hombre caro, ¿no?
Un pinal, boludo.
Para allá están las chacras.
Sí, creo que sí.
Yo a 3 ya le traje acá.
¿A 3? ¿Y qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué hiciste acá?
Vino a su cita de calidad.
Mírame.
¿Por qué te quiere que te miro?
Y tal.
Sí, boludo.
Mira, chabón, ¿qué hizo? Mira, boludo.
Un animal, ¿viste?
No, mira, tiene una cabeza, boludo. Para, para. No la asusten. ¿Qué es eso? Veo un brazo.
No se mueve.
Para. Parece una piedra, boludo. ¿Qué es eso? Para, no me asusten.
No.
Wow. Dios, cuita, ¡hurra! ¡Corre, boludo! ¡Corre, no!
There it is. It's in the garden. What is it?
Dale. Quiero Ronaldinho, segundo. Mañana vamos contra el de Atlético. Atlético de Madrid. ¿Para qué la piensas? ¿Qué es eso? ¡Ve, vamos! ¡No! ¿Viste? ¡Sí! ¡No! ¡Puede!
This isn't a video of elf vlogging, as much as that would be great. This video was originally shot by Elton Menezes Severo, the most famous person with the name Elton probably. He shot it on a webcam and was trying to do just a normal vlog, but in the process, he captured something more curious than just a rambling diatribe of his own thoughts and feelings. What starts out as a lighthearted day on the web quickly turns sinister. As the man chats away to the camera, there is a dark doorway visible just behind him. Things get incredibly curious. Just a few seconds into the video, a strange creature appears in the doorway. The video is too blurry to make out much about the creature, but it seems to crouch as it peeks through the door to look at the man. Given the rough size of the creature, or at least what can be seen of it, many commenters have come to the conclusion that it is possibly something like an elf or a pixie. One of the man's friends, watching on the webcam, alerts him to the creature's presence, and just as he turns around to see what they're talking about, the creature vanishes into thin air. It is frustratingly difficult to accurately discern if it ducks back through the doorway or disappears, maybe teleporting? Whatever happens, the man struggles to find any evidence that the elf-like being was ever there. Yet in watching the footage back, it's clear as day that something elf-sized was definitely there, making this whole thing a peculiar and...
In this video, goblin sighting clip was posted in 2016. In this mystery video clip shot at an undisclosed location, an eyewitness ventures into the woods to find a possible goblin figure in a large hole of the tree trunk. The figure appears to be motionless in the first moment shot, but in the second it appears to be using a wooden cane. Many commenters responded with skepticism, claiming that the video is fake, but others claim to see the possible goblins. What do you think about this video? Of children have been left too terrified to play football after they believe they spotted a goblin on their pitch. Eerie footage filmed by one of the youngsters shows the group running happily around the pitch after the ball until the filmer suddenly spots what appears to be a mysterious figure at the side. The small dark shape crawls slowly forwards. Moments later, the boy begins screaming at the top of his lungs, and he and his pals run madly away from the creature in a desperate bid to escape. This footage was released in February 2017. What do you think about this video? Is it goblin or not?
¿Dónde?
Video. Two children were standing backside of the house at the end of the garden. They suddenly saw a strange creature behind the wall. They go to see that what is a strange figure appears to be wall and then hidden. They were frightened to see that. When they decided to be closely seen, that mysterious small brown clad creature is found quickly scurrying behind a wall. They were shocked to see that figure looked like a goblin. Yes, it's a goblin-like creature captured in this video. In this video, three guys were going on the countryside road on bikes. They are moving faster on bikes and suddenly a very strange and horrifying creature running fast forwards them. They shocked led to see that and stop their bikes and don't understand what they see. Creepily human-like creature. When they decided, they follow the creepy creature and they reach that spot where the creature was hidden. They are searching bushes and they do not find that creature, who looked like a goblin.
His flashlight over to the top of the grass. What does he see? A goblin. He catches a glimpse of the grass goblin before it ducks its head down. but the guy appears to follow it. He even catches another glimpse of the grass goblin. He follows it more and still catches another glimpse. What was this goblin doing in the tall grass? Where was he going? We may never know.
I can't see like anything. What? Game is like crazy. Remember like back in the day in 1998 when DDR first came out? Yeah, it was like 98. We used to play at the arcades like all the time at Kmart and stuff. Yeah, open the door. I don't know. Yeah, open the door. I don't know.
Estamos celebrando el cumpleaños número 342 del Don, ya son las 12, ya va a ser quinceañera otra vez. Ya vas a salir del cascarón. ¿Y ya invitaste a las ladies o qué?
Ya invitaste a las de los amigos de la boca. No mames, bien lejos. Se putiza, ¿no? Porque vieron la foto así, si estoy odiando. ¿Para qué pones todas las fotos, bro? ¿Para qué moneas? Ya sabes que yo puro pedo.
No mames, espérense, güey. No vayan a voltear. No mames, espérate. No mames. No mames, no se vayan a parar, güey. No mames.
Fotos, bro. ¿Para qué moneas? Ya sabes que yo puro pedo.
No mames, espérense, güey. No vayan a voltear. No mames, espérate. No mames. No mames, no se vayan a parar, güey. No mames. No mames, espérense, güey. No vayan a voltear. No mames, espérate. No mames. No mames, no se vayan a parar, güey. No mames. No mames, espérense, güey. No vayan a voltear. No mames, espérate. No mames. No mames, no se vayan a parar, güey. No mames.
Ey, ¿de qué son tus hijos? Escojudos. Uy, capsulaxes. Fíjate. ¿Quieres? No, ¿quieres coger mía? Oye, ¿qué a la mierda? Hay que escoger de cuál.
¿Escuchas el video o no? ¿Escuchas el video o no? ¿Si el video no escucha?
Cuidado.
¿Qué pinche es ahí? ¿Cómo el pingo es? ¿Allá? ¿Allá? ¿Qué pico un gorro? Parece, mira, boludo. Qué choto eso, boludo. Pero, ¿qué puta es?
Dale.
Pará. Va el 5, ¡Vamos! Ya está, dale.
Bueno, bacho, vos sabés.
¿Cuánto? Va el 5.
Dale, a ver. Nah, pero sos muerto. No sabés hacer nada.
¡No, boludo! ¡No, boludo! ¡No, boludo!
Dale.
Pará. Va el 5, ¡Vamos! Ya está, dale.
Bueno, bacho, vos sabés.
¿Cuánto? Va el 5.
Dale, a ver. Nah, pero sos muerto. No sabés hacer nada.
¡No, boludo! ¡No, boludo! ¡No, boludo!
Sí. ¿Dónde?
What is that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? What is that? Dude, what is that? We need to get the hell out of here. I'm not getting near that. I'm not getting near that. Dude, we gotta get the hell out of here.
Throw a firework at it?
No. Run. We get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, get it. We need to get the car.
Go get it.
We need to get the car.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the car.
Dude, this is Snap Gold. Go get it. Yeah, man, you got the phone.
Dude, what? Is it still there?
Go! No!
Run! We gotta hit the car. What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell?
For local residents, this path is very important as it connects their village with the city. But people were attacked here repeatedly by some unknown forest spirit. This is exactly why locals put hidden cameras on the trees by the path. And one day, the 12th camera captured something very mystical and paranormal.
Oh my god. What is that?
The Tiny Hopping Goblin. One afternoon, someone was filming a little boy playing with his soccer ball, and presumably the boy wanted to show off some of the tricks he was working on or learning. However, no one in the room expected what happened next. When the boy accidentally kicked the ball into the hallway, he appears a little reluctant to go out and get the ball, but in a few seconds, we know exactly why. The ball doesn't go very far, and the boy takes a couple of steps into the hallway. What he sees next sends a shriek of terror through everyone's spines, and in the camera frame, you can see a small creature hopping through the frame. It's too small to be a rabbit, and it doesn't appear to have a long torso or hind legs. No one's really sure what it is, and it's only in the camera frame for a few seconds, but it's scary enough to send the little boy crying. We're not sure if he ever got his ball back or if the family stayed in that home. It could have been some kind of small rodent for all we know. However, when one of the boys kicks the ball over to the area with the trees, it's a well-lit area, so no one suspects anything of being over there. Once they begin walking over there, however, something appears out of nowhere and begins walking towards the darkness. It appears to be a small goblin-like creature wearing a robe and a hoodie. No one's quite sure what to make of the creature, and the kids begin following the creature to see if they can get a better view of what they just saw. They don't quite catch up or see the creature ever again, but the boys do leave baffled, wondering if they just saw a small person wearing a robe, and if it was in fact a person, why was it walking the way that it was? Why did it not speak, and why was it out in the middle of the night walking alone in a dangerous place? Video, it's hard to see exactly what the people here see, but once the object starts moving, you can see it clear as day. Friends are having fun recording themselves at night, but no one thinks of the object standing right behind them against the wall, sitting in plain sight. That's because everyone assumed it was some kind of prop or toy that was left out in the yard. It's not until the object gets up and appears to move like a human that people start to become concerned. The object seems to grow legs and quickly walks out of the frame, sending people scrambling and running, leaving the cameraman and his friends questioning what exactly they saw, how they can comprehend what they just saw, and how long that creature had been there. It couldn't have been the wind. It would have taken some heavy wind to blow something like that away, and nothing else was moving. What do you think it was? Did a lawn ornament or object come to life? Was a goblin hiding there the whole time watching the kids play? Or is there a simple explanation? Running goblins. In what appears to be someone's backyard camera or security camera, it looks like another quiet night. Their backyard is lit perfectly well, and all we can see in the beginning of the video is a tree, some fencing, and some grass beyond the fence. However, things take a bit of a weird turn as some small objects, smaller than the fence, begin to run alongside the fence. It's hard to tell exactly what's running alongside the fence at first, and it appears to be about a dozen objects running in unison, dressed exactly the same with the same body type and appearance. Towards the end of the video, we can see a couple of objects fly over the fence and stop moving. There could be a simple explanation for this video. Perhaps it was a group of kids running and two of the kids removed particles of clothing to throw them over the fence, but why are they running and what are they running from? Why would two people randomly remove particles of clothing to throw them over a fence, and why did they all look the exact same, even the clothes? Could it have been escaped prisoners from a nearby holding facility? There are so many questions to this video that just may never get answered. Exactly where these people are filming, but they appear to be walking around in the woods and stumble upon an abandoned structure or perhaps someone's home. They start to approach the home and they notice something a little peculiar. They take a look at one of the pillars of the building and they appear to spot something that's truly frightening. A little creature peers around the corner of the pillar and then quickly goes back behind the pillar, quickly disappearing into the shadows. While the video isn't perfect quality, it looks like an image of a person that's really small. They try to follow the creature and slowly pan the camera around the edge of the pillar to see if they can still catch a glimpse of the creature, but it's gone with no traces of anything behind the pillar. Now, this is one of those things you have to take into account, as this could easily be faked, but nonetheless, it is rather interesting. This is another one of those incidents where we have no clue why this person was filming, or maybe they saw something before the video we see to get them to start recording. What we see is a quiet residential neighborhood and an apartment complex. Everything seems rather quiet and no one's outside, but then we see this shadowy-like figure appear and start moving in between windows and in between the apartments. We're not sure exactly what the figure is looking for or if they're trying to find an open window. This is why you should never leave your window open at night, because you never know who or what could crawl inside. The creature appears to be rather small, and it looks like it knows how to scale walls and climb along the side of the building, which is even more terrifying. It doesn't move or look like any known animal, so we can only assume that the video has to either be fake or that this was something we'll never be able to explain.
Barbados. The video shows two people have an encounter with an unknown creature. Could it be a goblin? When one of the boys making the mobile camera recording in the area with the trees. It's a well-lit area so no one suspects anything of being over there once they begin walking over there. However, something appears in the woods of nowhere, and he begins walking towards the darkness. It appears to be a small goblin-like creature hidden in area and making some noises. If they can get a better view of what they just saw, they don't quite catch up or see the creature ever again. But the boys do leave baffled, wondering if they just saw a small goblin-like creature.
They all fallen. Some there, and most of them are on the floor and have got massive holes in them. What's that? Yeah.
Oh, look.
What's what?
Where?
There, look. Right up there. Insect or something.
Is that an insect? Let's have a look. What is that?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god!
Oh.
Sí, listo,
Sí,
ahí
sí,
va.
sí.
En vivo, nada de videos que trajo Ana Luisa ni fotografías. La tenemos aquí en el estudio. Aquí está, miren nada más, la podemos
Ay,
tocar.
no, la
Muy
toques.
frágil.
Que yo la toque.
No, así está. Tiene, vean nada más, se le alcanza a percibir aquí arriba cabellito. Tiene cabellito escaso. Esto de acá es la oreja.
Y ojalá pudieran tomar el detalle de los dientes. Todos los
Aquí.
dientes son caninos, es decir, colmillos.
Colmillitos.
Toda la hilera, toda la hilera son colmillos. Tiene 2 pares de alas. Las alas superiores son muy parecidas a lo de los murciélagos.
Es que
y
¿sabes
así
qué? No
salió
se
en
ven
el
no
análisis
se
de
ven los
laboratorio.
dientes, no entiendo por qué no.
¿Lo ves
mejor
por
tantito
atrás?
Hacia un poquito no, al revés. Ahí, madre.
Ah, es que
para
con
que le
esta cámara.
A ver, ahí
¿Se percibe la nariz?
Sí, ahí se ve el piquititito de la nariz. Vean
Habría
ustedes.
que voltearla también, Ana, para que vean la columna vertebral, cómo
Se alcanzan a ver fosas nasales, 2 pares de alas,
Oye,
las
a
superiores
ver.
de murciélago, las de aquí de escarabajo.
Cadera,
tiene pies, las manos
¿No que te daba
con dedos.
miedo?
Hay
Es que
una
estoy
parte.
impresionado, porque aparte huele rarísimo.
Pues sí, porque trae unas de naftalina para que se conserve.
Claro. Ojalá pudieran hacerle el acercamiento. En esta parte hay un pedacito de la piel que se cayó.
Tiene
Y se
como
alcanza a ver los dientes. Son sus orejas.
Son las orejitas,
Son las orejas.
los brazos, miren los 2 brazos, piernas, pies.
Volteala,
todo.
Ana, a ver si se puede al revés, para que vean la columna, que a mí me
A ver.
impactó. Se ve
Despacito,
como que se
así,
transparenta
así.
el hueso de la columna.
Ahí está.
Yo quisiera que vean cómo las alas
Muchachos, yo no les quiero cortar la
salen
inspiración.
directamente del hombro.
Pero esto
No están
da para
sobre
mucho rato
Sí,
todavía.
sí.
Entonces, ¿ustedes creen que nos pueden hacer un favor enorme, familia? No se vayan, porque así como usted se quedó helada, señora, helada también se va a quedar con nosotros, no se va a ir. Y Ana Luisa tiene mucho que decirnos al respecto todavía. ¿Vamos un corte y volvemos?
Sí.
No se vayan a ir.
Es un hada, man.
Oye, no.
Sin duda es pues sí es muy impresionante. Yo que soy de verdad muy incrédula y que ando
escéptica,
siempre como
¿verdad?
en esta cosa de la investigación porque no creo, me parece que...
Es
Pero
verdaderamente extraño, ¿no?
¿Te parece que si no es real sería una tontería decir que es real? Mejor
Mira,
haría
no sé,
una
no sé.
colección, la expondría y las vendería. Están tan bien
Ándale.
hechas, ¿verdad?
Exactamente,
Todo
y
caso,
creo que... Híjole, es que no sé, no, me quedo como un poco muda, me parece, sobre todo el tema de la cara y de los dientes es
mucho
súper
detalle, ¿verdad?
preciso.
Es muy
sí.
Yo te pediría un favor, Ana Luisa, porque
Sí.
realmente ahí es donde yo estoy desde hace rato haciéndome preguntas. ¿Con qué podríamos comparar las características fisonómicas que tiene el organismo este? O sea, porque si lo ves como una persona...
Te voy a decir lo que me
Una persona
respondió el biólogo.
El biólogo, sí.
Me dijo que lo que viene siendo el cuerpo es humanoide, corresponde con semejanzas del ser humano. Las alas de arriba con alas de murciélago.
Parece un murciélago.
Y las de abajo con escarabajo. Y yo quiero invitar a todo el público que se dé la oportunidad de conocerla en vivo, que acudan el día de mañana a las 5 de la tarde en la calle de Tabasco 56, Colonia Roma.
Dice